This 26 Sports high school basketball presentation is presented by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
And welcome back to Cadillac High School Girls High School Basketball Game of the Week, where the Traverse City St. Francis Gladiators have picked up a 46-37 victory over the Cadillac Vikings. Jay Simon now here with head coach Keith Haskey of the Gladiators. And coach, got to be pleased with the effort from your kids tonight. Balanced scoring tonight unofficially, nearly 3 kids in double figures, but the defense really probably the key for you tonight.
Yeah, I told you at halftime I thought our half-court defense was pretty good, and I thought we played pretty well throughout the whole game. Super impressed with Cadillac. We had them down 20 and really could have buried them, and they just kept hanging in there, making some shots. And I liked how they dug in even though we're way down, and kind of came back and made a little bit of a game at the end there.
You relatively foul-free game. The Vikings only went to the line once tonight, making both free throws. You guys just 5 of 9 from the line. We kind of made the joke that this was a very ladylike game, gentlemanly game on the other side of it because of the lack of fouls. But that's got to be really impressive when you think of being able to play that type of defense without fouls.
Yeah, our girls played a very clean game tonight. Unusual this year because the rules are so tight, but I think our kids are maybe starting to adjust to it a little bit. But no, I thought we had a great effort. Obviously, we come after everybody full court and really try to get into them. And I thought there were flashes of doing really well, and we just struggled so much scoring inside the paint. And usually, we're pretty solid at that. We've been averaging 70 points a game, and so we just have to do a better job to finish those things if we're going to continue to get better.
All right. Well, Coach, best of luck to you guys off until the next year.
Yeah, we come back January 5th. So.
Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Thank you. Head Coach Keith Haskey of the Gladiators, and now I'm joined Morris Langworthy Jr. Morris, we talked about it with Coach Haskey, and I think Coach Johns would agree this was a very defensive-minded game tonight, but a very cleanly played game.
It was.
We talked about the rules, the displacement rules, and how difficult that is. Coach Haskey alluded to that. Impressed with the defense of these two teams?
Yes, I was. But, I'll tell you what, you called it best when you said that the Gladiators were going to come out strong in the very beginning, and the Cadillac Vikings were going to let them, and then the Cadillac Vikings were going to make an approach in the second half of this game. That was a very good call, and that's exactly the way this played out. You couldn't ask for a better basketball game other than a closer score as far as the way you predicted this whole thing was going to be played.
Well, you nearly nailed it. 8-point margin was a 9-point margin.
True. But, I'll tell you what, so a good call on both our parts. But, I'll tell you what, a good, clean game overall. I think the Gladiators outshot them, and the Vikings really outplayed them, but a little too late overall.
Yeah, give them a lot of credit. Yep. Short bench, that's a difficult thing to have to deal with the number of kids that they've got to roll out there. Never gave up in this contest.
Right.
Fought hard to the very end, as Coach Haskey mentioned. Actually outscored the Glad 17-5 in that fourth quarter to make it a much more interesting game there toward the end. But as he alluded to the difficulty finishing around the rim for the Gladiators might have been a little different. Could have been a bigger blowout had they been able to finish.
You bet.
Run down the scoring for you. The Gladiators led by Lauren McDonald, 13 points, 11 in the second half for the senior. Juliana Phillips finishes with 12, Ann Lyman with 9. Sarah Chenard, the sophomore, Jessie Smith with 4 points apiece, and Joanna Tarsa and Lauren Bramer with a bucket each for the Gladiators. For the Vikings, Michaela Johns finishes with 9 points, all 9 in the second half. Kylie Christensen leads the Vikings with 14 and all scorers with 14 points. She had 8 in the second half, including 6 in that fourth quarter run that the Vikings put together. Nicole Kleinsorge finishes with 8, Liz Piles with 4, and Alexis Little with a bucket to round out the scoring for the Vikings.
So who is the Simon MVP of the game?
Boy, oh boy. I think a player of the game, if we were going to pick one, pretty easy in my mind, Lauren McDonald. For the Gladiators. McDonald did a great job, especially in that second half, around the rim, finishing around the rim. Juliana Phillips had a lot of looks, struggled to finish at times. Got to give the Vikings defense credit for that.
Matter of fact, it was Phillips that actually brought their scoring percentage down.
Yeah, but McDonald, I thought, did a great job both defensively down low and also finishing around the rim. Give her teammates credit for finding her down there, but there you go. If you're going to make me pick, that's who I'll pick.
I would agree. Good call.
All right. Well, we want to thank again our director, Hannah Crouch, our cameraman, Dakota Pike, Wyatt Van Dynen, and Rain Johnson Hill. These are the heroes behind the scenes. And our thanks to them, along with Cadillac Casting, for allowing us to bring you this broadcast. I think that's going to do it for us. This has been the Girls High School Basketball Game of the Week on My News 26 Sports.
Have a good evening.